All right, and here we go. Just seeing if the mic. Okay, the mic is working. That. All right, everyone. Hello, welcome to. Well, I guess first off, actually, Happy New Year, 2022, from all of us here at Blue Diamond Productions. More on that in a little bit here. Um, just if you're rewatching this live stream, because it is to me the best way to do video announcements and stuff rather than just doing a whole update video. I just prefer just being able to talk just directly to you guys. Feel free to ask questions in the chat. And yeah, so if you're rewatching this, just to keep you updated on what's going on, you'll be able to just follow it from the beginning. I've already sent the links out and stuff, so we don't have to do that whole process anymore. Yeah, but Happy New Year from all of us here at Blue Diamond Productions. Can't believe it's already 2022. And I really just want to give some updates on what's going on with Blue Diamond and that sort of thing, and just where we're at and what we're wanting to do for this year, as well as just updates with the channel and stuff like that. So, DEP Films Waves, yeah, hi, how you doing? Glad you were able to join us. I know it's a little bit late over there. I tried to pick a time that would work best for most people, so this just seemed to be what worked. I guess we'll just start off with the big one, Blue Diamond Productions. I know we've gone by the name Blue Diamond Filmmakers throughout this last phase, basically since 2017. 2018 is when we officially started using it. With our films, Drive You is still under Blue Diamond Productions, and the name was still around when we finish up those films. So yeah, it's a long story of why we went with Blue Diamond Filmmakers. A lot went on. It's just drama stuff. I don't really want to discuss why we went to that, but we finally decided we need to go back to just the original name, Blue Diamond Productions. There's nothing wrong with that. Just stick with that name, and that's where we're going to proceed moving forward. So there's been a lot of change ups on the, like, you might have noticed, like the wallpaper and stuff. A lot of things my wife is helping me work on and just designing, kind of just giving the whole channel kind of an overhaul. You might have noticed a few video. Hi. Yes, she's helped me out a lot with that. Just kind of making it a little more professional looking and fixing up kind of the branding and stuff. We have a couple comments here. Hey, stranger from S Fisher 1993. Hey, Drake. Doing Ryan Rust. Hey, Tom. Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year to you, Ryan. We really want to just look a little more professional. So you might have noticed a bunch of videos have actually kind of disappeared. They're just unlisted. We can always share them again if we feel the need. It's a lot of older stuff, like my original commentary on The Price of Loyalty with Sean, which I do intend for when that film gets to its 15th anniversary to just do a whole new commentary track for it. And there's some old interviews and posts that we just don't really need to be cluttering up the channel. It's just like a lot of videos you got to scroll through, and there's just a lot of stuff that are just older ideas and concepts we had that I'm just like, yeah, don't really need that on the channel anymore. All the films are on there still. Don't worry about that. That's all remaining. We are about to move into phase 4 of Blue Diamond. Literally, Trick or Treat is the end of phase 3, which basically I look at phase 1 was kind of our origins era. That's basically Price Loyalty through Reflection of the Soul. Then there's the Mizzou era, when I was taking classes and going to all my production courses. That was 2014 to 2017. So the real business through DriveU. And then there's the filmmakers era. That's 2018 through technically 2022 a little bit, because Trick or Treat has been delayed into sometime this month. And then after Trick or Treat comes out, we will officially be moving into phase 4. So, I mean, the phases don't really mean much. I mean, they're just a good way of just dividing up like a lot of tech stuff that we had changed, people that were involved, and stuff like that. That's what's really what the phases are about. Because technically speaking, some of the films, I mean, they're not in their production order. I mean, they're in release order, but if you looked at production order, I mean, like Martial Law and Martial Law Insurrection would technically be phase 1 films, because Martial Law 1 was filmed from October 2012 to January 2013. So in between the Survivor season 2 and Reflection of the Souls filming was when Martial Law, but it didn't come out until 2015. So there's a little bit of give and take on when things were filmed. I mean, technically the last film filmed for phase 1 was Voyage of the Undead, even though it came out before Reflection of the Soul. But so there's a little bit of that. So they're just a good marker, and I think we're moving into a little more of a professional level. So I'm considering this to be the start of a new phase. How long will that last? I don't know. We'll see how long it goes. I was happy with phase 3. I think we got some good films out in there, especially The Lost Scene 5, Retribution, Redemption 6. That's coming up. But I think we did a good job. So I'm happy to now kind of leave the filmmakers thing behind. Trick or Treat will still have the filmmakers logo. We're going to be doing a whole new intro, a whole new logo intro with Boudin Productions name once again. Updating a bunch of the thumbnails. You might have noticed some of the thumbnails have started changing. Trying to come up with kind of a more uniform set of thumbnails and stuff. Like the Survivors got completely new thumbnails on YouTube. We're just trying to make it look just a little more polished. So that's going good. We got this is sure I'm still at work, so I may not come. Okay, so you won't be able to comment as much, but yeah. Okay, I'm glad you're able to listen though. Listening over here too, yeah. And then Jack Heim, hello. Glad you're able to join us. Also, yeah, you guys, I know most of you are just listening, but if you want to ask a question, feel free to. Okay, so that's the whole productions thing and the kind of channel overhaul. It's still in progress. I hope to have it finished sometime this month. And then we're also celebrating 15 years this month. 15 years ago, me and Chris Mooney got together and said we were going to make a movie. And we decided to call our name Blue Diamond Productions. So we're at 15 years. No, I can't believe it's been that long. This July will mark 15 years since we first started filming. When we started filming The Price of Loyalty. So that's amazing. That we finally got there, and now here we are. Just kind of reorganizing and just starting to get ourselves ready for this year. I guess the next thing on the agenda is what we want to do with this year. So we're rebranding and all that. What do we want to make? Obviously, Trick or Treat. It's about to come out. It should be done, pretty soon. I've got a rough cut of the film. It's about 22 minutes long. I think it's pretty good. It fits definitely within the Legend Cinematic universe pretty well, and even the Lost Scene franchise, because that's kind of the whole point. Is it's a good transition between Lost Scene 5 and Lost Scene 6. Kind of shows how he goes from one film to the next. Then after, so Trick or Treat will get finished. The Legends, hopefully we'll be working on that, recording everything. We'll have the script finished, and then we'll start working on that. I'm hoping that'll be pretty quick here in this year. And then after that, The Lost Scene 6. I mean, I filmed some random scenes here and there, some filler scenes myself. So we've done that, which is good. I'm excited for Trick or Treat. Yeah. We're excited for it too. We're excited for Trick or Treat. I think it'll be just a fun little film. It's a good companion piece to Around the Table, made by Foxway Studios and DEP Films. So, it's a good little companion piece to that film. So I would recommend, watch Around the Table and then watch Trick or Treat, because they kind of mesh together pretty well. And of course, The Lost Scene 6, as I was saying, we're gonna have that. It's our next big film. We got to get that one done. After that, we got a couple of options. I think what we're gonna go with is probably Rogues Gallery. Gonna do Rogues Gallery, because that's good practice to then go into the next film. Because Rogues Gallery is set in like 1946, so we gotta do a lot of making it look old school, and making sure we don't get any modern stuff in the background of shots. This will be good practice for when we do Indiana Jones, which will then be hopefully our big summer project. Indiana Jones summer and then leading into fall. And then at the end of the year will be maybe the final cut. I might finally just try to get that film done. So that's our main Lost Scene 6, Rogues Gallery, Indiana Jones, cut. Just trying to keep it pretty limited down. But that does leave a few questions about a few other projects. And I will address those. One has been asked to us by Cortez. Death is Forever. I know. We really want this Bond film. I know. It's the perfect time to do it. Would have been this year, because it'd be the 60th anniversary of Bond. But we just don't have the means to really make it to the vision I have for the film, and I don't really want to lessen the quality. So I really want to build Blue Diamond Productions back up to a level to where we can make that film. So I'm not going to rush it. So it is still on the back burner, and it will remain there for a little while. Maybe 2023, I don't know. But this year, it's not really in the works, because I want to work on Lost Scene 6 and Indiana Jones priorities. Those are the two priority films to work on. Those are the big ones. So, yeah. Maybe 15 years. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that, Jake. We are excited about that. Thanks for the shout out from DEP Films. Yes, obviously. Yes. Big shout out to that. Around the Table. Definitely check that out on their channel. It's good time. The LCU, the Legend Cinematic Universe, we made a lot of films lately. It's been pretty exciting. A lot of good stuff came out from that. And we got more planned, obviously. The other project besides Death is Forever. So Death is Forever on the shelf. The other big project is The Survivor Tomorrow's War. I'm on the verge of just going ahead and just canceling the series. Not like yeah, it would be canceled. It would be considered non-canon. It didn't happen. It's more of an experiment at this point. It's still kind of basically an experimental phase of what would the Survivor series look like if we had made it now. The first 2 episodes really were that. I mean, the first season was supposed to be 5 episodes, then it got reduced down to 3, and then in the end, only 2 came out. Just finding time to make it, and it's tricky to do by myself. Just didn't really allow for more episodes. Also, there wasn't a whole lot of engagement with the series. I got a few people talking about it, But honestly, it might just end up being canceled or at least shelved, put away for a little while. Especially when I'm wanting to work on all these other projects. I don't know if we'd have time to really work on it. So, I mean, it really does come down to the question of are people even interested in having a sequel series? I think the way it's filmed, pretty good. I think it's a nice update to it. A good way to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the series. Um, just, but I think in the end it might just have to be left as basically it was an experiment. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that could be a good way to end it. But I probably will do a full video where I will discuss the series and then get more feedback from people and see what they have to say about it. But if you're wondering what the status with that is, that's where that's at. Right now, it's kind of be on hold, I would say, right now. The other project that people ask me about sometimes is Rough Justice. Once again, I want to make that as good as possible. So, like Death is Forever, Rough Justice is on the shelf. I'd like to, visit it and figure out the best route for it, and where to take it. But right now, I think it's best to just keep it on the shelf for right now. So, like I said, trying to get Blue Diamond a little more focused, because I think we come up with a lot of good ideas, a lot of good projects, and then it's just like, okay, we need to do this and this and this, and it just gets a little bit jumbled. Last year, I pretty much made all the projects myself, which I wasn't exactly thrilled about. I mean, Jones Requiem, Trick or Treat. We released 2013 A Gamer Odyssey, and also then there was a Survivor Tomorrow's War, and all of it pretty much was just me filming by myself, and all the stuff I filmed for the Lost Scene 6 was pretty much just me. So, I mean, I had a little bit of help from people, which I'm grateful for, but I mean, even E&H company has more actors than we do. Not a slight against Jacob. He does great work. But basically, they've been working with only having like 3 people, I think, for the last couple of years. And I was down to 1. It was like, oh boy, not fun there. So hopefully, we're gonna get more people involved and get more people back that were pretty busy this year for all these projects. Let's see. Anything to see on the Filmmaker Trilogy, the final cut? Like I said, I'm hoping end of the year, like during the fall semester, to actually film that film after Indiana Jones. Because it'd be a nice little film, nice fun way to end the year out. Yeah, I'd like to finish that story. It's set many years after the first film and a decent number of years after the second film now, but I think it'd be nice to just wrap up the trilogy and just see where everything ended up. I mean, especially considering how much the second film, The Real Business, was liked. I mean, it holds a pretty good score on both IMDb and on my YouTube polls. It's done very well, so people definitely have an interest in that film, and having a sequel seems to be something people would really enjoy. So I definitely want to work on that. It would be nice to just get it done this year and having that out of the way. Ryan Rust asks, would you possibly start putting your original shorts up on Vimeo? Possibly. I would have to either A, create a new Vimeo account, or B, have to start doing more of a subscriber thing, because right now I'm at max because of having the Price of Loyalty and Shred Revenge up on the Vimeo account. However, I could see myself maybe making a second one that could house new original shorts. because I do like using that platform. I think it's pretty good. We just haven't had really any films that would kind of go on that one in a while. Whenever that does finally like happen, I might be more inclined to put stuff. But I mean, things like the Lost Scene and stuff like that, I'm just leaving them on YouTube. That just seems to be the best place to put them. So that's just where we're leaving that. But that's a good question. We are also working on redesigning up the Vimeo page, just like we're doing the Boot Diamond one. Just trying to update stuff, make things look good. I'm working on some of the other channels. I want to sharpen them up too. I wouldn't mind working on some videos. I haven't really done much with like my editing Sith Lord, my editing channel. Do want to start. I've got a video I'm going to work on for my Star Lord of the Jedi channel. I'm actually not doing the original video I thought I was going to do because that's going to take a little bit more time. I am about to release one that's about James Bond. That I hoped to go up on that channel, and I'm hoping that channel will be able to grow. It's just really finding a good balance with all this stuff. And of course, working on like the Legends Cinematic Universe channel and stuff like that, and just making everything just look nice and crisp. That's been a big focus, just trying to fix all this stuff up. But yeah, so those are the goals, and that's where we're at with a lot of our projects. I'm trying to think if there's really anything else left that needs to be talked about. I don't think so. I think that's pretty much the news. Looking back on 2021, General's Requiem, I really enjoyed making that one, and I think it came out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with that one. I was excited to actually even get 2013 A Gamer Odyssey like released. That was fun. Because I mean, it'd been literally sitting in our archives forever, so it's finally nice to show people what that though was all about. So there was no reason not to release it, honestly, and I got a lot of feedback on people being like, "Yeah, we would love to see it." So, and it's a silly film, but nice to have it out. And the Survivor Warzone was, like I said, a nice experiment. Wish I could have gotten more engagement. I might have been more inclined to try to keep working on, but at this point, I don't know if really anyone's really craving for a new series. So I might just kind of leave it and just leave it as kind of a what if. So, or I might pick it back up. I don't know. Like I said, I'll probably make another video. Give me making a new intro video to the channel, make it a little more streamlined. A few new videos here and there, just trying to fix up the channel. Like I said, videos have disappeared, a lot of new thumbnails, just the whole redesign. I'm just letting you know like what's up. This is why, you know, the name, we've gone back to productions, we're starting a whole new phase. It's a lot of change happened kind of all at once. It's just, I'm just wanting to make the channel as best as it can be. I mean, we've had this channel for almost 14 years. This May mark 14 years of the channel. YouTube has changed a lot since then. That's great. All good progress, says Ryan Rust. Yes, yeah, a lot of good progress. And of course, speaking on 2021, and then of course there was Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat is kind of, in a lot of ways, it's kind of like a mirror reflection to the General's Requiem. There are a few shots that are deliberately meant to be like, yeah, this is. So we saw what Polovich did in this situation. Now we're seeing what Niven does in basically the same situation, and how he handles the situation compared to Polovich. It's very different. I will say there's one shot. It's the same fence, which Polovich tried to climb and then he got shot. We actually see Niven from the other side climb onto the fence. It's obviously not supposed to be the same fence in universe, but filming wise, it's the same fence. And we see him and he's like, no, I'm not going to climb that. Nice little, like, He's not going to fall the same way Polovich did. So it's a nice little thing I threw in there. There's a few other shots that kind of mirror what they did. My wife is trying to get into the shot. No, she actually designed the new logo, some of the new designs. She's doing a lot of stuff like that with that, using like Canva and stuff. So that's great. We're getting a whole new like branding look for Blue Diamond, which is great. So yeah, 2021 did not turn out the way I thought it would. I really thought we were going to get The Lost Scene 6 done and a few other projects. Indiana Jones, a lot of stuff got pushed back. But I think what we did make, which was none of that pretty much was planned, what we ended up making, yeah. And not a single project we made was thought of when we entered 2021. None of those were on the table. And yet those were the projects that came out. So very interesting year, I will say. I think it worked out. I think it worked out all right. But yeah, so that was 2021. Now you know what we're doing for 2022 and beyond. Like I said, that's forever. Do really want to work on that project, but I just want it to be really good. It also requires quite a bit of stuff to make it happen. So there's that. Indiana Jones is going to be a good practice of doing another big film. So I'm excited to work on that one, mainly for that reason. Gotta make the Lost Scene 6 stuff first, because then I can get rid of this. What's going on here? Because this is all for the Lost Scene 6. I have a lot of people ask me about that. They're like, well, what's with the beard? And it's like, well, I'm making a movie. And in the end, I decided, yeah, this will work for Niven. Gives him a different look for the film. I guess I'll speak a little bit on that sort of stuff. So, of course, Trick or Treat's coming out. And then we will have the Lost Scene 6. I'm really excited for this film. I think it's going to be really good. The script is pretty solid. I'm liking the direction it's going. And I think you guys are in for a real treat with that one. Nice conclusion to the film. I know you guys liked the teaser that came out. Really trying to get the vibe. And I will say, as I mentioned in a poll, I asked a poll and stuff. Edward Niven surviving this film could go either way. I have literally gone back and forth on that. So you'll just have to find out which one I finally decide to go with. Because I saw pros and cons to both ways. If he dies by the end of this film or if he lives. So, yeah. I'm not going to let you know which because it could be either. So we will see. I'm just going to leave that one alone. Another thing here. Making something good is not easy. Makes sense. Yeah. Like I said, yeah, that's the thing. And Death is Forever, I really want, like, okay, what can we do with the bomb film now? And I really want to properly show what we can do. I'll just straight up say I don't want to half-ass it. So, yeah. So, yeah, that one's just gonna remain. It's a good story. It's a good story. I think it will work pretty well. There were a few issues with the story, though, in terms of what actually came out with No Time to Die. It wasn't exactly the same, like, what happens, but kind of a similar vibe, I will say, to what happened in that film. And yeah, so that required me to kind of have to, maybe we should have to rethink how some of this story goes because they stole my ideas. I'm just kidding. They came up with these ideas independently of each other. But so it's made me have to kind of like maybe redirect a little bit of the story, taking it in a few different directions. So I don't feel like people are just thinking, oh, you're just copying what the official films did. I don't want that to be the case. But yeah. And then of course Rough Justice, yeah, I really do want to work on that. Like all the projects I've talked about, I really do want to work on. And things just got really busy this last year. Also, I want to apologize that we did not end up finishing out doing the other 10th anniversary live streams. Like, we didn't do the second half of the Survivor season 1 or the Computer Network. Can't believe the Computer Network is now 10 years old. Gotta wrap my brain around that. The next big 10th anniversary this year, The Lost Scene 3. Covert Operations turn 10. Whew. And that one's still one of the most popular films, so I'm excited about that. I'm just trying to think if there's anything. I think that's it. I think that's pretty much what's going on. So I will leave. I'll just do a little bit of my wrap up stuff here, and give you guys a chance if you want to type in any questions. I'll give you a few minutes to be able to do that. Yeah, I think my favorite project that we worked on in 2021 was Charles Requiem. I think that was our strongest project. Came out way better than I thought it would. I was like, is this really going to work? Because I'm literally going to be doing this mostly myself and just doing a lot of tricks. And make it look like there's a lot more people than there are. But I was like, I really came up with the idea just because Pulovich became such a fan favorite with The Lost in 5. I was like, I can't just end his character with just this line of, oh yeah, he was arrested. That's it. It's like, I gotta give him a proper ending. Plus, it was a good way to set up Knights of Mortis more. That shows just that, yeah, they're about to come out of the shadows and start attacking. This is like their last big covert thing they do before they go after Thomas Lund in Thomas Lund 6. So, yeah. Definitely my favorite project from 2021. The project I'm looking forward to the most in 2022 is The Lost Scene 6. I'm just looking forward to finally ending the series and the franchise. And then, of course, we're continuing. In 2023, we'll have things like the second Nick Steele movie, the sequel to Rogues Gallery, hopefully will come out, and The King's Gambit, which will end Sean Deacon's story storyline. So a lot of wrap ups of stories that we've been ongoing. I guess the last thing to mention is kind of the Lost Scene series has now become with chess being adopted into the series. The Lost Scene is the only franchise and series that we have done that has been in every single phase of Blue Diamond, because Lost Scene 1, 2, and 3 were phase 1. Chess was phase 2, and then Lost Scene 4 and 5 were, and Charles Requiem and Trick or Treat are all phase 3, and then Lost Scene 6 and Rogues Gallery and stuff are phase 4, and everything else that's attached to that. All our LCU stuff. It's now spread out throughout our entire history, phases and stuff we've done, because The Lost Scene was the third film we ever made. Going through the archives, I was just thinking about that. I didn't actually mention that. Maybe making a remastered version of Reflection of the Soul. If we really do struggle to make a film, I might occupy some of my free time doing that, because it would be kind of nice to go back and remaster a few of those films that I do have the files for. Some of the older ones I would have to work at. Well, I need to get a hard drive fix that has some of those old files, like The Lost Scene 1 and 2, Computer Network, everything up to, I think everything up to Reflection of the Soul is all on this older hard drive. So like The Lost Scene 3, there's a lot of those that I could try to re-edit and remaster that I just can't. I don't think I've tried to remaster anything before. I mean, after phase one. I think phase one is this the place that could use a little bit of touch up. I think phase two it gets pretty solid. Um, I just wish, because like I really wish like the computer network could have sounded better because the sounds not the strongest. I wish the Lost Scene 1 and 2. I feel like there's a part of me that feels like I could remake those films, but I think then they kind of lose something. But they don't exactly fit in with the rest of the Lost Scene movies. We kind of went a different direction once we made the third one. But yeah, I don't really want to remake them, so there's that. But a remastered version of Reflection of the Soul, I think, would be kind of fun. We might do that. I mean, everyone was enjoying all the old archive footage I found, and the touch-ups I did do for Reflection of the Soul to see what it would look like. Mm-hmm. Other than that, yeah, I don't think I would try to do much else with what we got. Haven't had any questions, so I think we're just going to wrap this up right now, right here. You guys now know what's going on. What's the plan for Blue Diamond? There'll be a trailer soon for Trick or Treat, and then it'll be released. I hope you guys enjoy that. Oh, I do actually have a question. You think the remaster of Reflection of the Soul could get its own theme song? Possibly. Possibly. That would be nice. If we could get our own theme song. Obviously, it would still have Otto Nelson's score. But if someone was willing to help us out getting its own title song, I'd love that. Because while the Shadow of Revenge didn't have its own song, we did get permission to use that song. Is something wrong? The Universals actually gave us full permission to use that song, which is great. I would love Desert Forever is going to have its own song if we get them making that. I was working closely with Otto on that to make sure that happened. Like we were working on like all the lyrics and stuff and everything. Desert Forever would have its own theme song. So if I can still get one for the remastered, maybe if I end up doing it. I mean, if people are interested, sure, absolutely would do that. Gamer Odyssey was a fun movie. Yeah, I mean it's silly, but it's a complete parody of 2001: Space Odyssey. I mean that's literally all it was. I was just kind of fooling around. We just finished filming Reflection of the Soul. I was working on the post production. I just needed a break, so I just filmed the Gamer Odyssey and just never released it. Ryan Russ asks, who or what has inspired you to keep making films every year? I mean, I don't really know if there's like someone that inspired me to keep making films. I will say I definitely take influence from various like filmmakers and cinematographers. Like I will say Deakins is my favorite cinematographer, and I try to watch his style and see how he does things. I will say my wife is a good. She helps motivate me to keep pursuing after my films and making my stuff. So I'm really grateful to her, and she's a good filmmaker in her own right. I mean, you all watched Boom, which is on the playlist of Phase 3 films. So if you have not watched that film, I highly recommend you check it out. She definitely inspires me to keep making films and keep working on this stuff because she has told me that she sees how passionate I am about it. So that would say that answers that question, Ryan. Thank you for asking that. Yeah, you've asked some good questions. I always appreciate your questions. That'd be great. Which Lost Scene film have you had the most fun making? Most fun. I loved making the first one. Playing around in the snow, that was great, but it was very simple, very short. So I mean, while fun, it was very basic. Two was there wasn't much inspiration there. Three was a lot of fun, a little stressful, but a lot of fun. I think in the end might be five, might be five. Four was interesting because there was the class project part of it, and then there was the stuff we filmed with Patrick Starklayer. I don't know if I could say one or the other is been my absolute favorite. All I can say is I really enjoyed making, especially five was a lot of fun, and the first one was a lot of fun too. So yeah, I think if I was forced to choose, maybe five. Retribution. It was a lot of fun. So thanks for the questions. Definitely gonna have to do this again. Do more live streams. Maybe do a more Q&A one that's focused on Q&A instead of just giving you guys updates. But yeah, we've been going for a good 40 minutes. I think that's what I was thinking, around 45 minutes to do this. So I do appreciate you all logging in and asking questions and listening. If you're going back and listening to this, at least now you kind of have an idea of what we're doing. Like I said, there's going to be still updates to come. There's going to be updating a little bit more on the channel, the new intro for Buddha Productions and stuff like that. Just putting in the final little bit of polish. Then Trick or Treat comes out, and then the Legends, and then really hopefully that will kick the momentum to really get 2022 going. So yeah, thank you all for joining us here on this live stream today, and I hope you all had a happy new year, and let's see what 2022 can bring for all of us. So once again, from all of us here at Blue Diamond Productions, Happy New Year. Bye, everyone.